Hello nurses, welcome to those of you who are new to CUNY SPS, and welcome back to another semester for those of you who have been with us. I want to wish you all a successful semester. You will work hard, be challenged, and gain knowledge, skills, and perspectives that will help you to achieve your goals. I want to take a few minutes to discuss an important topic with all of you. Nursing and ethics. I believe nursing makes a difference, nurses make a difference, and ethics are a big part of that. Nursing continues to be rated the most trusted profession according to the annual Gallup poll ranking of honesty and ethics in professions. For the past 14 years, the public has voted nurses as the most honest and ethical profession in America. In 2015, 85% of Americans rated nurses' honesty and ethical standards as very high to high, tying nurses' high point on the Gallup poll and 17 percentage points above any other profession. Ethics is an essential part of nursing practice. This includes an ethical responsibility to ensure the safety of patients and the health and wellness of nurses and other healthcare providers. In 2015, ANA released a revision of its Code of Ethics for Nurses with interpretive statements, a cornerstone document of the nursing profession that reflects many changes and evolutions in healthcare and considers the most current ethical challenges that nurses face today. You should be proud, as am I, that nurses are so well respected for their ethical integrity. Ethics is an essential part of nursing practice. This includes an ethical responsibility to ensure the safety of patients and the health and wellness of nurses and other healthcare providers. It is also a value to be embraced as part of your education. We refer to this as academic integrity. Remember, it is not enough for today's nurses to be technically competent, but they also have to be morally and ethically grounded. So, how important are ethics in the classroom? As per the ANA Code of Ethics for Nurses, RNs are accountable for their professional actions to themselves, their healthcare clients, their peers, and to society at large. In alignment with these standards, the CUNY SPS BS in Nursing program expects students to demonstrate a set of values and behaviors consistent with the ethical standards of the profession and the institutional codes of conduct here at the school. This is and includes academic integrity. Students should become familiar with the academic integrity policies as posted in the Nursing Student Policy Handbook and on the SPS website. These links are included in each syllabus and in each nursing course site. And if we go to the Nursing Policy Handbook here, and we open it up, we can see that on page 11 and 12, we will have information about academic integrity that will be useful to all of you as you pursue your career here at the CUNY School of Professional Studies. The CUNY SPS academic integrity policies are also available on the website. And here they give a discussion about academic dishonesty. They provide some definitions and examples for you. So these links are available, as I said, in each syllabus, as well as being available as links in each nursing course site. Let's go through some examples of academic dishonesty. Cheating. Some of these are familiar to you. I'm sure you know students who may have engaged in some of these behaviors. So cheating consists of sharing a test or test answers with your peers, allowing someone else to write or research your papers, and submitting someone else's work as your own. Plagiarism includes using someone's words without attribution. That means a citation or a reference. Copying and pasting from websites without attributing where the source is. Obtaining unfair advantage, stealing and or distributing tests and exams or tests and exam questions. Falsification of records and documents, and for nursing students that could mean falsely documenting your attendance at clinical sites. Currently, SPS uses a program called SafeAssign. This is a Blackboard tool that validates that plagiarism has not occurred. It can also help students to identify how to properly attribute sources rather than just paraphrase. SafeAssign compares assignments submitted by a student against a variety of sources and identifies areas of overlap between the assignment and the existing works. It can sometimes be challenging for some students to understand the correct way to cite and to use sources in their assignments. Some guides for students include the use of the APA Guidelines tab in the left menu of every nursing course site, or the CUNY SPS Writing Fellows. And again, that's included in each website. SafeAssign provides something called a match percent score, and we'll go through that. And it is used for papers, PowerPoints, as well as some random discussion posts. It's important to note that once a student uploads an assignment to SafeAssign, it becomes a part of the search pool. So if a student submits an assignment for one course, it will become part of the database used to compare against subsequent papers that are submitted. So keep that in mind. All writing assignments in nursing will be submitted to an assignment link provided to you by the instructor, and all assignments will be submitted using SafeAssign. And this is a program that checks for plagiarism by comparing student papers to electronic databases, as we discussed. If your match percent score is greater than 25%, it means a significant portion of your paper matches another source in the database. Review your matches and be sure that all writing that was taken from an article, book, or website is properly referenced before you submit your final version. There are a few ways to view a SafeAssign report. One way is to go to your grades for the course and then select the assignment. Click on the name of the assignment and your submission should display on the screen here. On the right side, you will see the grading and the feedback. There's no grade listed here at this point in time. However, we do see that the SafeAssign shows a 26% overall match. And if you wanted to see what that SafeAssign report looked like, you would click on this little down arrow and you would view the originality report. The originality report is the SafeAssign report, and it lets you know what percentage of your paper is a match and what percentage of your paper is original. SafeAssign provides detailed information about the matches found between a student's submitted paper and the existing sources. Both instructors and students can use the report to review assignment submissions for plagiarism potential and create opportunities to identify how to properly attribute sources rather than just paraphrase or plagiarize. The report identifies all matching blocks of text. Instructors and their students need to determine if the matching text is properly referenced. The originality report displays the list of potential sources, and each source is highlighted in a different color. Here we see a Safe Assign originality report opened up. It provides the detailed information, and you can see that this first colored block here, colored in yellow, is labeled item number 1, and if we look on the right side of the screen here, it tells us that this came from another student's paper. So it's not just some random word that we're identifying, but whole blocks of text. Item number 2 here is colored in blue, and over here on the right side it tells us that that particular matching block came from a website. And as you can see here, the student did not indicate that this block of text came from a website. Be careful when interpreting the matching score. It's important to remember that this percentage includes passages that are properly quoted and cited, as well as those that are plagiarized. There's no way to tell from the percentage alone whether there is plagiarism in the paper. You need to do a careful review. In general, papers that have a below 15% match are okay. They usually have a few quotes and passages that come up. Between 15 and 40% can be extensively quoted or paraphrased materials, or plagiarism, neither of which is good. If your paper consists primarily of quotes and almost verbatim paraphrased materials, then that's really not a paper with your voice, and it's not a paper in which you have read, fully digested, and synthesized material to be able to analyze and interpret it. Greater than 40% indicates excessive quoting, paraphrasing, and likely plagiarism, and it's unacceptable. So if your paper or PowerPoint comes up as greater than 25%, you need to carefully review. What do you do if your Safe Assign report shows a match? Remember, the match percentage includes properly cited as well as plagiarized text, so you need to take a careful look. If your word-for-word quotes have quotation marks and citations, do nothing. Your paper is fine. If your word-for-word passage from a source is not quoted or cited, add those quotation marks and proper citation. Are you paraphrasing? Be sure your paraphrasing reflects your own writing style and your understanding of the author's concept, and add a citation. Quotation marks are not needed if you paraphrase. If you want to use another author's ideas in your paper without adding direct quotes, you should know that there are wrong and right ways to do this. Wrong is borrowing a source's sentence structure and just swapping out some key words with some synonyms. The right way is to read the source, understand it fully, and then present the ideas completely in your own words and voice. You do still need to provide a citation. Even when you place a source's idea in your own words, you need to give credit where it is due, and to help you readers track down your sources. For more information on quoting and paraphrasing using APA style, you can see this video link that I've posted along with this message. So, I know that all of you came to nursing because you wanted to help others, your patients, your colleagues, your peers. It's important to remember that helping your peer does not include sharing your papers and your projects. Students that share a paper or a post that gets submitted by another student as their own will have the same consequences. Last year, we identified a group of students who deliberately and intentionally submitted assignments regularly from other students as their own. Both the givers and the takers are no longer with us in the school. If you find that you are having trouble keeping up with assignments, you have a life happens episode, you plan to study or write your paper on a particular night. Something happened, you ended up in the emergency room with a family member, and the time you had allocated to dedicate to your assignment you no longer have. Make sure you let your instructor know as early as possible if you're having difficulty keeping up, if you find yourself falling behind. As you will find, building rapport and effective relationships are key to becoming an effective professional. Make sure that you are proactive in informing your instructor, or when difficulties arise during the semester, so that the instructor can help you find a solution. When you're feeling stressed and under duress, I do not want you to think that your only alternative is to submit someone else's work just to get the assignment in. Reach out to your instructor. They want to help you succeed. And as long as you do not make it a habit to fall behind in your work, they are willing to work things through with you. But you must communicate. We cannot know what you're going through unless you alert us. Be proactive. Communicate. Keep us informed. We will be checking on you if you are missing or late and we haven't heard from you. We want to ensure that everything is okay, that there's not anything that you need to be successful. Remember, we're here to help you succeed and to reach your goals. So, start slow. Do not take on too much. 4 courses, a full-time job, kids, family responsibilities, altogether, full-time school, not a good recipe for success. Take your time. Get acclimated to the online environment. You can always add more courses and take summer sessions as you get more comfortable to move yourself closer to that goal. So I want to wish you all good luck this semester. Stay with it.